An average Indian consumer eats 2.5 kilo of poison. You are thinking of improving the health of the people outside the country. What about the people in the country?
The fertilizer shop owners was selling anything and everything to the farmers. Even if one chemical was going to do the job, shopkeeper was selling 3 chemicals to the farmers. And I think we started off with about 10 products.
So when he came up with that proposal, I was so happy. In one shot, I said, please go ahead. See, these days, there were so many brands coming into the market. Everybody claim we are organic.
What are some of the challenges in the organic food space?
I feel biggest challenge is
Hi, my name is Surya Shastry. I'm the founder of Falada Pure and Sure, the retail arm of the parent company Falada Agro.
Hi everybody, my name is CM Shastry. I am the founder, chairman of Falada Agro Research Foundation Private Limited, incorporated in the year 1999.
So, how did it all start back in 1999?
I'm coming from Mangalore in the South Kannada district. And I come from like my surname says Shastri, I come from a poor priest family. We were 9 children to our parents, and we were very poor. We had a small holding of agricultural land and this thing. When we were going to the school and high school, every day we used to do some farm work ourselves, manuring with the cow dung and this thing, watering and digging and all the things, harvesting. All these things we have done, all of us were doing ourselves. At that time, Green Revolution has just started in India. So we were persuaded by the government and the agencies to use NPK fertilizer. At that time it was Supala, means nitrogen, phosphorus and potash, NPK fertilizers. So I myself have applied those NPK fertilizer in our farm and this thing. Then, okay, I did my business management and all the things, and all I did finish my studies. And I started my career in Delhi. And even though I have done business management and this thing, my first job was Hamali. You know Hamali, loading and unloading in a garment factory at 10 rupees per day daily wages. I started my career. Of course, BBM was one of the first degree next to MBA. BBM was the first this thing introduced in the Karnataka, and I was in the first batch. And during the studies time, all the professors were all make us feel, oh, you are going to be the future managers, you are going to be like that, no? So, but I started the career of loading and unloading. That was my first job. Just to give you that background. Then I was in a garment line afterwards, cotton garment, and I was producer of leather garments, leather jackets, and I was the director for one of the leading #1 leather garment producer and exporter of India and this thing. And I had a feeling, it was in 96 or during that time, I came out of the leather garment production manufacturing business. I came out from the family business it was. And I was, all those years I was traveling in Europe, USA, all over the world. I could see in the supermarkets, there is a separate organic counter, which fetches, where the pricing was much, almost double like, no, compared to the normal listing. That was in my mind. Then in 98, 99, I don't remember the exact date and month, I read a newspaper article, a research article, where it says an average Indian consumer eats 2.5 kilo of poison in the whole year. It may be milligram or fraction of this thing every day, But if you accumulate total this thing, it is about 2.5 kilos per person per year. I also remembered my own thing, what I did when I was a small boy going to the school and this thing. I myself had applied chemical fertilizers in our farm and a small farm and this thing, So it was all hurting in the sense. Something I had a inner feeling that I should do something for Mother Earth and also for the common man who is eating 2.5 kilos of pesticide or poison or this thing. It so happened that there was a sick unit of producing vermicompost. The owners of the vermicompost, there are 3 brothers. The eldest brother had liquor business. The second brother was in software and he was more interested in the computer. The third one was not good enough to run the show. So it was a NP account in the bank. It was about for an auction and this thing. So one of my known person who is a technical person, he came to me and he told, sir, there is a sick unit. Why don't you take over? I will take care of the technical part of it and all the things. And you take care of the commercial part of it, all these things. I said that one shot, I said, okay, let us go and see. And next day we went to the bank. We paid the whatever was outstanding and we took over the vermicompost manufacturing unit. This is how Palada started in 1999 by acquiring a sick vermicompost unit, by taking over the entire operation and this thing, which was situated a little bit outside of Bangalore. Now, when we started manufacturing vermicompost, I had 2 basic things in my mind. Means at those days, organic farming was considered to be, it was just in a very preliminary stage. Nobody is ready to, even though they know every year they have to give more chemical fertilizer to get the same yield, otherwise yield is going down. But farmers and this thing were not ready to go for traditional organic farming and this thing. So it was very tough, this thing. So what we thought is, if the organic farming has to be successful, then farmers should get good yield on the one side. To get the good yield, it is not just enough giving vermicompost or cow dung or this kind of thing. There should be a lot of this thing to take care of the nutrition management, pest disease management. So those days, biotechnology, naturally all these microorganisms are available in the atmosphere and the soil. So we need bacteria to convert those, like this thing, to feed to the roots and this thing, So we developed a sophisticated biotechnology, microbiology laboratory, developed all this microorganism to take care of the nutrition management, pest disease management. We had about 37 formulations to take care of any eventuality in the organic cultivation. So farmers were given all the requirements to get a good yield, and it was giving good results in the initial, when we started first 2 3 years. Of course, when we started, many people were very hesitant to use our vermicompost itself. They were telling, if the yield goes down, who is going to take responsibility? If you are going to take responsibility, then okay, we will. But you write in the stamp paper and give that your responsibility if the yield goes down to compensate and like that, So it all went like that. And second thing what was in my mind was, if the farmers get a premium market to what they grow in the organic way, then more and more farmers will come forward to adopt to organic farming. And because of my international travel and international experience, because I told you I saw in the supermarket organic product fetches premium price and this thing. So I thought in the next trip in Germany, I inquired, say this I can supply from India, organic. This I can supply from India, like that, no, different product. Then they said it needs to be internationally accredited, certified, organic. Then we can start buying from you also. So I went for forward integration. On the one side, I started organic farming, this thing with vermicompost. Next forward integration was production of various micro, this thing, biofertilizers, bioformulations to take care of all the things. Next was marketing. To do the marketing, the requirement was certification, organic certification. So I organized for the certification of our farms. Like that, it all started.
For me, as soon as I got out of the college, one of the things for me was that, okay, with all that enthusiasm that you get out from after graduating, right? So I was like, okay, the world is my oyster. Let me kind of start something on my own or figure out what I want to do. And that's when he suggested that, okay, spend 2 years here in the company. Anyways, you need to learn, get some experience, and there's no better place than getting that experience from working under him in the business, right? And one of the things that we felt was right then was one of the concerns which I had was, okay, whether I'll get to learn all of these things being his son. But he suggested and he made sure that, okay, for 2 years you work in every department that's there in the company, and I will make sure that nobody treats you with any special preference or anything as such, and you get to learn everything that is there to learn in this business. And then he was like, okay, after 2 years, if you want to do something on your own or pursue some other opportunity, that opportunity is always there for you. But 2 years of your time, give it to me. Right? And that's how my journey started in this business. So for those 2 years, I worked in every department as a management trainee. That was my designation back then. And then learned everything from the grassroots level. And thankfully, what he had promised, that's exactly what happened. I was absolutely given no special preference. And it was such a learning curve for me, which today I'm very, very grateful. Because if those 2 years, if I just jumped in and started something on my own, my foundation wouldn't have been as strong as it is today, right? And it was in those years when I used to, like he explained, we used to manufacture organic fertilizers. So that was one of the, when I was working under that division, I used to spend a lot of time at the farmer's place of origin, right? Where I used to, for me, I was very curious to understand why farmers are using so much of chemicals in the first place, when they know organic is better by default. And when I was spending that time, one of the things I used to do in every village was to kind of go and sit in this fertilizer shops. Every village had 1 or 2 fertilizer shops. I used to go spend my time there, spend an entire day there sitting. And that's when I realized, even though I knew organic is better and that's for the good and stuff, that's when I realized how much of chemicals was going into our food system, right? Because that's when I realized the fertilizer shop owners was selling anything and everything to the farmers in the name of better for the crop. And that's when I realized, okay, even if we use chemicals, even if one chemical is going to do the job, the shopkeeper was selling 3 chemicals to the farmers. And that's when it hit me that, okay, yes, this is a category and this is an industry that requires a lot of attention. And that's when I think I connected the most with this industry and category as such. And after that 2 years of internship or whatever that you could call it, a training phase or this thing, around 2011 is when I felt the market in India was had started to just open up. We had these strong back-end network of our farmers who were growing a lot of different crops, and I felt that was the right time to kind of bring in organic food products for our Indian consumers, right? And that's when I started Pure and Sure in November 2011. That was the date when we first started off. And I think we started off with about 10 products. I came to him with this idea, and he was like, okay, go ahead. Like, if this is something that you want to pursue, and like he explained, and he also probably always wanted this thing of focusing on the Indian market also, but it was just that the time wasn't right up until then. And given my interest also in this space, I think that was what made us to kind of jump into this starting Pure and Sure. And yeah, what did you have in your mind when you heard this? Like, was it?
Yeah, I immediately thought it is a blessing in disguise. Like, no, I had inside my heart, because I should be connected, we should be connected with our organic farmers whole year. Whatever they grow, they should not think of marketing somewhere else. Everything we should try to market. But in the international market, I cannot sell everything. Some of them are in small quantities and like that, no? So when they came up with that proposal, I was so happy. In one shot, I said, please go ahead. It will be a good support to Palada and to me to carry on further to the further level of the organic movement, what we are doing.
Yeah, it was, I think we both aligned on that topic. And then that's what led to Pure and Sure. We started with our 10 products, which is mainly organic spices, and then slowly kind of added more products as we grew our distribution over the years. So over the years, lot has changed, but certain things have remained constant.
What has remained constant, or where the value has increased, means the organic integrity. See, these days, there are so many brands coming into the market. Everybody claim we are organic, but that organic integrity is very important. So that has been very steady with Pure and Sure, and also it is more and more efforts are put in to have a more and more organic integrity in the farmers. Then it started with 10 products, and Surya felt we should have products which can serve the entire family, entire day's requirement and this thing, no? So we increased the production, this thing, that is an improvement. And one more most important thing is, okay, we try to be fair with the farmers, with the consumers, also with the environment. So Surya Pure and Sure has introduced a lot of ideas, lot of initiations for contribution to the environment also, so that the consumer also knows when he buys Pure and Sure, he has got something value in it, additional to organic. There is some more, whatever he spends, it goes for some social cause, environment cause.
Yeah, I think one of the things that for me also fundamentally what has remained constant, and that's something that's passed on from him to me, is one of the values that we take it strongly is sustainability, right? So we do a lot of things in and around not just organic, but building a larger ecosystem that can support organic in a sustainable way, which also includes all our products are processed by 100% renewable energy. We do a lot of work on rainwater harvesting to ensure farmers have access to water to grow these crops. We do a lot of work on biodiversity. Yeah, those are some of the things that have remained constant in our values system over the years. But yeah, and things that have changed is, of course, we've grown over the years. The category has grown over the years. It's become more interesting, more competitive. But like he said, when it becomes, as the category grew, there are a lot of people who have come into the category, and now is when it is equally important or even more to kind of build in proper certification process, traceability process, And that's I think again some of the fundamental values that we have built over the years, which is even today even more relevant.
Yeah, correct.
How was organic back in the day, and how has it evolved over the years? Yeah.
Actually, when we started at the farmer level itself, the awareness was not there. Farmers were very hesitant or reluctant to get into organic. So our main first focus was to make sure that farmers get good yield. More and more farmers come into organic cultivation bracket, organic cultivation umbrella. That is number one. Those days in 99 or early 2000, awareness of awareness and also importance of organic food was not so much in India, because people were not aware of the ills, this thing of chemical farming or eating chemically grown food, etc. So for us, we need to sustain in the sense our focus was to have more and more farmers getting into organic. But to get the more and more farmers into the organic, we have to find a market for what they produce. So we focused in the beginning stage to find a market in the international market, find a export market for whatever our farmers are growing. This will sustain our business operation. This will sustain our organic promotion. Then, once the base is built, Surya took over.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, back in the day to what it is today, and even back in 2011 to what is today, definitely the consumer awareness has increased drastically, and which is a very, very good sign. Today, consumers are asking more questions about what's in the label, what food that they are eating, what is going into the food that's being consumed by consumers today. So yeah, definitely the categories evolved, the consumers are evolved, and I think it is a really good time to kind of be in this space and promote something that's really good. And I think it's more and more important today to kind of again build on strong certification processes and stuff, so that the evolving consumers have that kind of a trust in this category that we're trying to kind of build. Yeah. Over the years, a lot of great value is passed on from my father to me, which is very much integral in our company and in our system today. One of the fundamental ones have been to take people along, right? And that's something that I've learned from him, and yeah, and
Fairness to the farmer, fairness to the consumer, fairness to the environment has been one of the core values of Khalad. And also, like fairness to the people who are working for the company to build up the business. Like we have today in the company, maybe 50% of our workers or staff or management people, they are all with us for more than 15, 20 years. Some of them are 30 plus years. That itself, and another maybe 25% who are more than working with us for more than 5 years. Only small portion of the people, small means about 25% of the people are the new recruits who are required to the current situation. Sometimes what happens, you need new talent, new ideas, new this thing, so you need more new people also. It is not just, should not be stagnated. So the togetherness or fairness has been one of the core values of Falada, and in pure and sure, Surya is continuing that, pursuing that and improving. See, at a particular, as the year pass by, you have to have some kind of amendment, fine-tuning, improvement, which Surya is taking care of that. And it is not only our employees whom I am telling. Some of our customers in the international market, they are with us from the day one, almost 25 years with us now. And many of the farmers, major part of our farmers, are all with us for 20 plus years or 15 plus years. And nobody sometimes people, farmers going out of organic business is could be maybe a normal thing, but in our Palada's case, that detachment from us or detachment from the organic farming system is very, very limited. Means you can count. And also transparency. Our consumers know, whether it will be international customers or pure and sure, many of the pure and sure consumers know from which farms it is coming, from which farmer it is coming. And many of the farmers know, my grown product is going to UK, going to USA, like that. No, means this is the kind of thing where we are, okay, money is important, but money is not the only thing which is important. Some value is important, which Surya is carrying it down further and further.
Now, what are some of the challenges in the organic food space? Yeah.
I feel biggest challenge is back end, like supply chain or whatever you call it, the farmers. One is organic farming, the farmer's integrity is the most important. Even if the farmer is 100% pakka organic and this thing, there are possibilities that from cross-contamination. From the neighborhood farm, he may be a chemical farmer. When he sprays something by air, it can come and contaminate. These kind of challenges are very much this thing for us to take care at the farm level. We have field officers to take care of that, to monitor that and this thing. At the same time, we are very choosy when selecting the farmers, because their integrity inside the heart, they should feel, I am organic, I want to do organic. That is the most important criteria for us to choose a farmer to get into our umbrella. And also, many times what happens is farmers are cost conscious also, in the sense, end of the day, they should have some good return, not only in the selling price, and the cost of the production also, growing also. So nowadays what we do is we support them to have in-farm inputs, like we provide them earthworms to do the vermicompost themselves. They have the farm waste, they have the cow dung, they have to feed the earthworms. We provide them with the earthworms. This is one example I am telling. We make them to do native cow-based, like in the natural farming, Jivamrut, Bijamrut, and this kind of thing, formulations. We encourage them to teach them how to do it. We provide them the drums and this thing to produce that, and we train them. So these kind of things we are focusing, and it is a challenge in the sense sometimes farmers also, people want everything easy. Convincing them to get into a proper way of standard operation procedure or SOP, what you call, we make them to understand and make them to follow, and this has been our challenge.
Yeah. Like you said, one is at the back end to ensure that every farmer is compliant to organic standards and integrity. At the front end also, once we procure these crops from these farmers, end of the day, our promise is to our consumer also to ensure that whatever that they're getting is 100% organic and safe and certified, right? So once we procure these from the farms, we test every single batch that comes in for more than 250 different pesticide residues, again with the promise that everything that we give to the consumers is organic, right? And at these testing stages also, like you said, there could be some cross-contamination or some cross, even though if the farmer is 100% organic, and that becomes a little bit of a disappointment from a fact that whatever that we have procured from the farmers, if it doesn't pass the test, then that whole supply is something that we will not move further into the supply chain, right? So controlling the back end, ensuring everything is organic is something that this industry faces a lot as a challenge. And that's something that we strongly emphasize on, and we've built certain systems in place to tackle them. And apart from that, at a consumer level also, because the category is growing so fast, there is a lot of awareness that needs to be built in to the consumers in terms of understanding what is certified organic, what does those labels mean. So yeah, on the front end, we need to explain to consumers why the product is more expensive, what are the value systems that go into the product at the back end to kind of reach the table of the consumer. So yeah, on the front end, those are some of the challenges, and at the back end, these are some of the challenges that he rightly explained. What do you see the future for the company and for Pure and Sure? Yeah.
Pure and Sure has come a long way of maybe 14 years.
Yeah.
But Palada, as a group, we are 25-year-old. And in this long journey, Surya has more or less taken over the entire, it is not only Pure and Sure, he has taken over more of the our export business also, for which I am grateful to him. In the sense, grateful in the sense I am so happy and proud of him, because it is a big challenge. It is not so, as people think, it is not easy job. But most difficult job, he wants to take it as a challenge and take over. That is the one which I appreciate. That's number one. Number two is, he has a new concept also, where he trying to develop a kind of organic movement, where young children going to the schools and this thing, they are brought to our facilities, our farms, and they are taught about the importance of organic cultivation, organic food, and this thing. So, all of whatever we are today, when we were young and this thing, our parents taught us how to be a wise, means good person in life, and what all good values. But today, the parents are busy with their own work and this thing, everybody is working and this thing, So, bringing the school children to our place, explaining about importance of organic food and all this thing, bringing awareness at their childhood level, I think it is the best thing what he is doing as a social obligation from Pure and Sure. Then more and more, I am so proud that started with the 111 products. Now it is 150 plus products. Then started with the Bangalore market. Already for several years, we are now pan-India. We have distributors all over the country, and most of the supermarkets or most of the organic stores carry Pure and Sure products. And he has got a new idea also. He like organic cafe and store. People who want to have some organic food, organic coffee, or this thing, they can come to the cafe. At the same time, they can do some organic shopping of Pure and Sure products also. Or people who come for shopping of Pure and Sure products, they can go for having some coffee, organic coffee, or tea, or some snacks. That is also an excellent idea. Why I am mentioning this is, for everything, Surya's nature is to try it out himself first. So, afterwards, whether it is development of new product in the Pure and Sure, whether it is new ideas, he tries to experiment himself and make sure. Like in Palada, we have demonstration farms. Any new things to happen, we grow ourselves, keep the economics, and we bring the farmers to show this is how it is grown and this thing like that, no? Same way, he is following in Pure and Sure, whatever it could be any new product or new ideas, new this thing. He does the experiment himself, make sure that it is. So I am very proud of him, and I am very happy that he has taken over most of my burden.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey. 14 years. We are celebrating 14 years this month, and yeah, since the time we started back in 2011, like I said, we started with just about 10 products, and over the years we have grown with distribution across the country. Today we are a pan-India brand. Our products are available across the country on all all channels, be it retail stores, be it online. And today we have a wide range of about 160 plus products in our umbrella. The whole intention and the promise to our consumers is everyday food made good. And with that emphasis, we've grown over the years, and today we have expanded even to international markets. Today we're there in 11 different international markets apart from India. And I think today is the right time. We are at the right time, at the right place, I would say, with consumer awareness growing multifold over the years. The category is definitely interesting. The category is definitely promising. And I feel with our strong legacy and value systems that we have built over the last 25 plus years, I think we have that strong foundation to grow this brand and this business, of course, by taking everyone along in this journey. And definitely the future looks promising and exciting. Hope you guys enjoyed this conversation between us. We surely did.
Thank you so much for watching our journey, for getting to know what we are.
Yeah. Thank you.